Hare Krishna. Welcome to ISKCON Silicon Valley. Today we are celebrating Divine Disappearance Day of His Holiness Gopal Krishna Goswami Maharaj. And we are very grateful that you can make it. Welcome to those who have joined us online as well. We will begin with the offering to Gopal Krishna Goswami Maharaj by his disciples and the well-wishers from ISKCON Silicon Valley. And we welcome His Grace Krishna Dharma Prabhu to come make a 2 minutes offering. So please come.
Okay. Om Ajnanatimirandasya Gnananjana Salakaya Chakshurunmilitam Ena Tasmai Sri Gurave Namaha Namo Vishnu Padaya Krishna Prastaya Bhotale Srimate Gopala Krishna Goswami Nitinamine Prabhupadesya Sahityamya Prakasa Vidricha Pracharam Krittavana Sadha Bhavat Padayati Namaha. Hare Krishna Guru Maharaj, please accept my most humble obeisances at your ever effulgent lotus feet. All glories to you and all glories to Srila Prabhupada. According to the Vaishnava principles, the appearance day and the disappearance day of Vaishnava is considered all auspicious. We give more importance to disappearance day than appearance day. The Vaishnavas die to live and the living to spread the holy name around. It is our great fortune that you are our beloved spiritual master. Dear Maharaj, you are one of the dearest disciples of Srila Prabhupada, who empowered you with the responsibility of distributing books, building many temples, spreading Krishna consciousness all over the world. You completely loyal and completely surrender is the source of inspiration. You never lived your own life. Do not have a self-goal. You desire what Prabhupada desired. You are always called Prabhupada's man. Maharaj, your glories are unlimited. There is no one who can match your sincerity, service attitude, commitment towards Srila Prabhupada's mission. Srila Prabhupada himself once told to his sannyasi disciples when Maharaj was working for a corporate company in Montreal, Canada, that Gopal Krishna Das is a real sannyasi. Although he is working outside and wearing regular clothes, he is offering all the money he is earning to me for Krishna's service. He has 100% commitment and surrender to Srila Prabhupada's mission from the beginning since he joined ISKCON. Srila Prabhupada entrusted all the major responsibility of ISKCON like BBT, all important temples like Vrindavan, Mayapur, Bombay, Hyderabad, and given responsibility of construction of the world famous temple in Delhi, the glory of India, to you when he was leaving the planet. And you are one of the executors of Srila Prabhupada's final will. You have successfully completed all the tasks given to you with humble attitude. Now we see how many temples have developed near the Delhi surrounding areas. Maharaj, from the point of time you have joined the ISKCON movement in 1968 in Montreal, you have shown enthusiasm and service attitude increasing day by day till the end of your life, irrespective of health issues. You maintain high levels of enthusiasm and service attitude, which is very inspiring to many disciples like me. I share a lot of love and affection to every person you meet and not just your own disciples. That's why we see everyone glorifying you, including all your God brothers in all occasions. You take every opportunity to preach about Krishna, whoever comes in contact with you. We personally witnessed many instances how you preach. You are still engaged in excellent preaching activities and distributing thousands of books by your dedicated, esteemed disciples all over the world. If you so desire, please engage us in the service of Sri Radha Madan Mohan, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, and Sri Lakshmi Narasimhadev. Srila Prabhupada ki jai, Srila Gurudev ki jai. Jai Srila Prabhupada. Jai Gurudev.
Thank you, Krishna Dharma Prabhu. Next, we will have Sham Bhakta Prabhu. Go. He has to jump into the next service. So.
2 minutes. Om Ajnanata Trimadasya Jnananja Shalaka Chakshunilmit Tachmai Shri Guru Namaha. Dear Guru Maharaj, please accept our humble obeisances. All glories to Srila Prabhupada and all glories to Guru Angaranga. We had to gather a lot of courage and strength to come and speak on this occasion. On this divine auspicious day of your disappearance. Maharaj, in our life, even though we live for a long time, there are very few handful events which we cherish and memorize through our life. Few of them are for sure on the top of our list was like you visiting our home. More than that, after 2 to 3 years, when we had a video conference, you had said in the conference you said that I visited your home. That's how you remembered me, and that is something which I can never forget in my life. I would like to share one of how you have inspired me. You were coming from East Coast, and there was a flight got delayed, and there was we were to travel to Berkeley Temple, but we had to move to one of the senior devotees' home, and it was getting late. And we were worried that you were tired and you need some break. And I was still aspiring, my wife were aspiring, we were looking at a far distance from you, and you really got not agitated. You were saying that I'm not come to see anybody's home, I'm here to preach Krishna. That is one moment in our life which made all our thoughts, our clarity in my mind. You are our Guru Maharaj, and that is what we always inspired from you, that you always serve Srila Prabhupada, you serve your Krishna whenever you say, you always emphasize, be cooperative in ISKCON, don't leave ISKCON, stay with ISKCON. These are the things which always touched our hearts, and we always inspired. One thing we always looked at you is at the enthusiasm which you have in serving Srila Prabhupada. Whenever I look at you, I remember Lord, when Sita was abducted and Rama was in lot of is in shock actually. Lakshmana comes and says, he says that in Kishkinda Kanda, enthusiasm has a great strength. There is no greater strength than the enthusiasm. There is nothing that is not attainable in this world for the enthusiasm. This is how he consoles Rama when Sita was abducted to come and start searching. This is one of the important shlokas which always touched my hand. But when I look at you, the enthusiasm which you have to serve Srila Prabhupada's mission and serve Lord Radha Madan Mohan, that inspires us a lot. And we beg at your lotus feet, at least 1/1,000,000 fraction of it comes to us so that we can continue our sadhana and be a good devotee. And please bless us, Maharaj. Thank you very much. Thank you for giving me an opportunity. Thank you.
Hare Krishna. Thank you, Sham Bhakta Prabhu. Next, we have Devi Kumari Mataji. After that, we will have Adinath Krishna Prabhu. So if you can be ready, so we can accommodate more devotees.
Hare Krishna, everyone. Nama Om Vishnu Padaya Krishna Prishtaya Bhutale Srimate Gopal Krishna Goswami Niti Namne Prabhupadasya Sahityam Yat Prakashya Vitarchip Charam Kritvan Sadhu Bhagavad Padayate Namaha. Dear Guru Maharaj, whenever I think of you, a strong waves of gratitude rises and pulls me into the ocean of depth which is impossible for me to repay back. Maharaj has touched my life and of many others too. And only a person empowered by Krishna and his Guru as a result of his determination can do that. Maharaj's entire life is an example for us. He dedicated his life for service of Srila Prabhupada, and he was also best known for his problem-solving skills. I was hearing Maharaj's glorification today, and one devotee was sharing that how Maharaj solved problems at every stage of his life, but he never made a list of problems. And one can do that only when his goal is always shining in front of him, and he never gets lost in the darkness of small petty things. Just like us, we focus mostly on the problems, and we don't focus on the goal. When we are in the process, we get deviated. So I would pray at lotus feet of Maharaj that he bless me with some bhakti and his attitude of service so that I can serve ISKCON, Srila Prabhupada and everyone. Hare Krishna, thank you.
After Adinath Prabhu is Devotee Mataji.
Hare Krishna, dear devotees, my humble obeisances. I'll share a few instances that I observed with His Holiness Gopal Krishna Swami Maharaj. One is in regards to 2 years ago, Vyasa Puja in Baltimore, in which one of Maharaj's servants had told a story that a gift was given to Guru Maharaj. It was much like a Letterman jacket, the sports ones. And it had Srila Prabhupada's name on the backside of it. The normal person would think, oh, what's such a great gift? I'll wear this. And of course, Maharaj lovingly accepted it because he's very sensitive to others. However, he said that he would not wear it because Prabhupada's name was behind him. And he would never put Prabhupada behind him. This is the staunch dedication that Guru Maharaj had to his spiritual teacher. And the example, there's a saying that example before precept. Precept means a rule or regulation that is put in place to alter one's behavior. Now it's easy to speak precept, but to follow is different. And the example before precept Maharaj would give waking and sleeping moments. If you saw the video of Guru Maharaj, he was in his sleeping state and still offering arati. Such is his staunch dedication to the movement, to Krishna. Another instance, quickly, is I would hear Guru Maharaj constantly asking his servants quietly but compassionately, in terms of service, are you tired? Although Maharaj was sleeping so very less and physically ill, he still had the wherewithal to ask about the welfare of those who were serving him. Such is the compassion of a true Vaishnava. And then, what to speak of his ability to wake up without an alarm clock. I have heard this from various sources that Paramatma, because Guru Maharaj was so in touch with Paramatma that he would wake up at the same time daily without alarm clock. These are the 3 incidents I'd like to share. Thank you so much for your time. Hare Krishna.
Devotee Mataji, we can give you mic there. Adinath Prabhu, can you assist her with microphone there?
Hare Krishna. Namo Vishnu Padaya Krishna Prasya Putadesambhi Gopal Krishna Prabhupada Shasa Saitam Yapakata Vitaja Pachamkam Sadhu Bhagat Padate Namaha. I don't know where I'm going to start. I'm crying since morning. I did not want to talk anyway. I was very fortunate to meet Guru Maharaj in 1982. I first came to Bombay And previously I was initiated by Kirtan Maharaj. I hope so many people know about him. But then he left. I came to Bombay to have shelter of Krishna, and I was looking for a guru to help me with my spiritual life. I was very fortunate to meet Gopal Krishna Goswami Maharaj, my Guru Maharaj. And I had his darshan a couple times, and then I asked him if he can accept me as his disciple. He told me, of course, you're here, we will help you. I will help you, don't worry. And then, not even in a week, I got initiated by him. I was so shocked he accepted me so quickly. Maharaj is very merciful, he's very kind, and he always very appreciative what his devotee does. But his most concern is you chant your 16th round, and you do, doesn't matter what kind of service you do in the temple, but he always wants you to go back in the evening, go sell the books. This is what I was doing. And then he asked me, I was surprised. He asked me personally, can you be my cook? And I was Maharaj's cook for so many years. I did not know how to make chapati. I make the chapati triangle shape, round. Still, he would say, it was very good, devotee. It was very good. And then in the evening, around 7 o'clock, I will leave. I will go for Sankirtan at night. I will go to the airport. And the next day, Maharaj saw me. One morning, Maharaj saw me. He said, I heard you come very late from Sankirtan at night. I want you to come early. I said, Maharaj, at night is much more better because it's very peaceful to sell books to the passengers and whoever going to the airport. And Maharaj was very, very kind. He was, every time when he saw me, he would say, Maharaj, he would say, Devotee, how are you doing? Are you chanting your 16th round? I said, yes, Maharaj. Please don't come too late from Sankirtan. I keep hearing you coming too late. I said, it's what I can do. And then afterwards, I moved to Pakistan. I was preaching in Pakistan along with my husband. And then Maharaj was very concerned. All the time he will call. He will ask Amugdaya Prabhu how Devotee is doing. He said, oh, she's doing good. She's out of town selling books. He said, don't send her alone. Send somebody with her. He said, yes, somebody go with her. And then after some time, I came to America. My husband. I'm the only one in the beginning. I'm so proud. I'm very grateful. Now I have so many God brother, God sisters serving Guru Maharaj. The dedication, I'm so proud of that because in the beginning I was just by myself serving Guru Maharaj when he was coming to America. He's staying in my house. I will go pick up Maharaj from from the airport. I will drive and say, oh, Devotee, you're going to be my driver? I say, yes, Maharaj, I will drive you. And then, like that, we will serve him. He will stay with me. After some time, I have so many God brother, God sister were serving him. And I'm very grateful for that. And I thank everybody here today for coming and give me the opportunity to talk.
Thank you. Bali Mardan Prabhu, what's a good time for you to go, now or later? 5 o'clock we start the... No, I meant for offering. We would love to hear from... Ananda said she's making an offering. She can't come now. Okay, we'll wait. You can come, Prabhu, or after the offering you want to come, that's fine. Okay, let's go with Radharanjan Prabhu. And after Radharanjan Prabhu, we will have Suresh Sridhar Prabhu from Berkeley. If we can pay the obeisances before we come here, that way, we can accommodate more devotees. Thank you.
ओम अज्ञानतिमिरन्धस्य ज्ञानाञ्जनशलाकया चक्षुरुन्मिलितमेन तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः। नमो विष्णुपादाय कृष्णपृष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमती गोपाल कृष्ण गोस्वामी इति नामिनि प्रभुपादस्य साहित्यं य प्रकाशवितरश्च प्रचारं कृतवान् साधु भगवत्पादाय इति नमः। Hare Krishna, dear devotees. I feel so insignificant sitting here and speaking about Guru Maharaj because his glories are so many and he is ocean of mercy. And by his mercy, he has touched so many lives all over the world and transformed them. I am one of the insignificant persons who he has touched and changed my life. And every time I met him, I saw his energy. Through his energy, he was enthusiasm. He was teaching us how we can serve our Guru Maharaj, the way he was serving Prabhupada and Lord and the Parampara. And with his enthusiasm, it was amazing. Even when he was physically not fit that way, but he was insisting on doing everything on his own. He didn't need any support. Whenever he was offered wheelchair, he insisted not to get wheelchair, and he walked everywhere. And one of the devotees, he shared, Radha Gopinath Prabhu, that in one of the temples, he was there, and Guru Maharaj came and visited, and he arrived really late in the night. And when Radha Gopinath Maharaj wake up and he for Mangal Arati, and he said, imagine who was on the altar for doing Arati. Of course, Guru Maharaj. Even though he was so late arrived in the temple, he did not take enough rest probably, but he was always there for the Mangal Arati. And we see from his enthusiasm, even one of the videos what we saw, that even when he was not doing well and he was sleeping, he was trying to offer Aratik in his dreams. So we can see how much he was attached to seva, to the deities. And his deity worship was amazing. That is something we definitely want to take lesson from, and I personally would definitely want to get that enthusiasm from him. And also building temples. Now we are trying to build a temple in Sacramento, and I imagine what we are going through. But he single-handedly built 18 or 19 temples only in the area of Delhi. Forget about other regions. So that shows how much he dedicated his life in the meetings and everything for constructing this temple. So I just ask for some mercy today on his first Disappearance Day and offer obeisances to his lotus feet. Hare Krishna.
Now we'll have dear Ananda Vrindavan Mataji will give offering, and after that we have Divyananda Prabhu.
Hare Krishna. Anchakalpataruvayascha kripa sindhuve cha patitanam pavanebhyo Vaishnavibhyo namo. Namo Vishnupadaya Krishna Preshthaya Bhutale Srimate Gopal Krishna Goswami iti namine Prabhupadasya sahityam prakashaya cha bhitirya cha pracharam kritvan sadhu bhagavatpadaya te namah. Dear Guru Maharaj, please accept my humble obeisances at your divine lotus feet. All glories to our dearmost Srila Prabhupada. All glories unto you. I can't believe that already 1 year passed after you left this planet and entered the eternal pastimes of Srila Prabhupada and Sri Krishna Balram. Only this day is reminding me that you are not here among us in person. Otherwise, every day I feel your divine presence, your beaming smile, your deep affection, and your caring nature towards all fallen souls. There are few other days I missed you, was when I visited Delhi and Vrindavan last December and couldn't see you on the altar during Mangal Arati. It was really difficult to attend the Mangal Arati without your divine darshan. When I went to your Samadhi Mandir in Vrindavan for the first time, the experience was magical. By your mercy, I could feel your charismatic presence there and could talk to you for about at least 15 minutes as usual. Thank you for allowing me to cook prasadam for you at the Samadhi Mandir through your generous disciples, even though I'm very much unqualified for the service. Guru Maharaj, still I'm unable to accept that you are no longer here in front of our eyes, as you are always in my heart through your thoughtful instructions and sweet memories. It's my great fortune to receive the shelter at your lotus feet even without asking. At the first meeting of ours in 2003, when my husband was going to take initiation, you were ready to give me the initiation, but it was my misfortune that I didn't accept the mercy immediately. After a couple of years during my initiation, your first instruction to me was to homeschool Balram, though he was only 10 months old. Guru Maharaj, I always took for granted your kindness and love until you left from the vision of my eyes. In the Kartik month of 2023, when I met you with my dear god sister Shugopi Mataji and asked for your permission before Govardhan Parikrama, you humbly said, you don't need it. But it was the most blissful and easiest Govardhan Parikrama ever, just by your blessings. That year we had planned to stay in Vrindavan until the afternoon of Srila Prabhupada's Disappearance Day to hear all the glorifications and to witness the special Samadhi Aarti performed by you every year. But when we saw that Janardhan Maharaj came and read your offering, because your voice was lost, we thought we will have your darshan in Samadhi Mandir of Srila Prabhupada, and also confirmed that from your secretary. So you were waiting near the guest house elevator that you would come down and we would follow. But over 30 minutes passed, Aarti time was over and you did not come down. When we thought something serious, maybe, and was disappointed that we won't get your darshan anymore as our taxi was waiting to go back to Delhi. When we almost decided to leave, your secretary called me that Guru Maharaj is calling. We rushed to upstairs happily, and when we entered your room, couple of doctors' disciples were there checking your health, and they had forbidden you to go for Aarti even though you were ready. Even though they were asking you not to talk, still you talked to us for a minute in very soft voice and showered your blessings. I never realized that that would be the last darshan in person of yours. Thank you so much, Guru Maharaj, for your mercy on such fallen souls like us, and I seek your blessings again and again to get your association and mercy life after life. Also, I pray to all the devotees assembled here to bless me to be always there under the shelter of Guru Maharaj and to continue serving in Srila Prabhupada's mission. I would like to thank all my God siblings for all the support and help in serving Guru Maharaj always. I feel really blessed for such God siblings. Thank you all very much. Hare Krishna. His Holiness Gopal Krishna Goswami Maharaj ki jai. Srila Prabhupada ki jai.
What a nice offering. Okay, next we have Divyananda Prabhu and then Suresh Sridhar Prabhu.
नमो विष्णुपादाय कृष्ण पृष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते गोपाल कृष्ण गोस्वामी निति नामिने प्रभुपादस्य साहित्यम यह प्रकाश वितरिच प्रचारम कृतवान साधु भगवत्पादाय ते नमः विष्णुपादाय कृष्ण पृष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्ति वेदांत स्वामी निति नमस्ते सारस्वते देवे गौरवाणी प्रचार शून्यवादी पाश्चात्य देशतारणे. Dear Guru Maharaj, please accept our humble obeisances. All glories to Srila Prabhupada, all glories to you. Today, as we celebrate your disappearance day from this planet, our mind dwells and reflects on your teachings and the way you showed us on how to lead a Krishna conscious life. Guru Maharaj, you had an unwavered dedication to Srila Prabhupada, and expanding his mission was your sole goal of life. By his mercy, you were able to serve him by opening ISKCON temples all over India and abroad, 18 temples in Delhi alone. You were instrumental in construction of Krishna Balram Mandir in Vrindavan and the Juhu temple. Despite all these achievements, you were always so humble. You never liked the mention of your contributions and always gave the credit to Srila Prabhupada. For aspiring devotees like us, it teaches us that the most important lessons of dedication to Guru and humility. Maharaj, wherever you went, you instantly formed a connection with everybody you met, disciples or non-disciples. You even remembered the names of people that you talked to. I first met you at your visit in Boise and barely interacted with you for 1 or 2 minutes. However, You remembered me when I met you again in the Bay Area, which was after 10 years. You made it a point to talk to anybody who visited you, no matter the time of the day. You never thought of your convenience. Even at 10 p.m. at Delhi Temple, I saw you talking to people who waited outside your room, even though it was past your rest time and you had not even honored dinner prasadam. As a pure devotee, you saw the Paramatma seated in the heart of every living entity. In the Srimad Bhagavatam 3.5.3, it is mentioned, great philanthropic souls travel on the earth on behalf of the Supreme Personality of Godhead to show compassion to the fallen souls who are averse to the sense of subordination to the Lord. Guru Maharaj, for the benefit of fallen souls like us, you made trips to America just to encourage us to grow in devotional service and serve Srila Prabhupada, despite your health issues. This shows your unlimited compassion and love for us. Gurudev, we miss you. And will always cherish your leelas on this planet Earth. By accepting us as your disciples, you have given us a big ISKCON family that is encouraging and motivating us in the path of devotional service. As you instructed that Vani of the Guru is more important than Vapu, we will try our best to please you by following your instructions of chanting, reading and distributing Srila Prabhupada books, and having cordial relations with everyone to serve the mission of ISKCON. Please bless us and give us the strength so that we can live our life by always being connected to you and Krishna. We sincerely pray and beg for your mercy to be always in your service, at your lotus feet, and be your disciples life after life after life. Srila Gopal Goswami Maharaj ki Jai. Your insignificant servants, Divyanand Das and Gopi Priya Devi Dasi.
Thank you, Divyananda Prabhu and Gopi Priya. Next we have Sridhar Suresh Prabhu. Then we have Palimardan Prabhu, Shraddha Mataji and Sukheshwari.
नमो विष्णुपदाय कृष्ण प्रेष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते गोपाल कृष्ण गोस्वामी नित्यामने प्रभुपादस्य साहित्यम यह प्रकाशावित्रिज्य प्रचारं कृतवान् साधु भगवत्पदाय नमः नमो विष्णुपदाय कृष्ण प्रेष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्तिवेदांत स्वामी नित्यामने नमस्ते सरस्वती देवी गौरवाणी प्रचारणे निर्विशेष शून्यवादी पाश्चात्य देशस्थाने. All glories to Guru Maharaj and all glories to Srila Prabhupada. I'm very unqualified to be seated here actually. There are many disciples who can offer better than me, but I'm just sharing my experience. Guru Maharaj inspired me in so many ways, so I'll just share what inspiration I derived from Guru Maharaj. So my journey with Krishna consciousness started in 2023. So I just started picked up a book, Krishna book. That was the first book I picked up and I started reading book. And somehow the mercy from Srila Prabhupada was always there. It kept on inspiring me. So as I was doing some seva in Berkeley, I always used to look up for book distribution. That is, ISV is famous for. But I never got the association, did not know whom to contact and all. And one day magically, by mercy of Guru Maharaj, I met Anand Mataji. She was so kind that she told, why don't you join my team? So that was the beginning of, I feel like Guru Maharaj was even hearing what is there in my heart. I have not met Guru Maharaj in person. I've only heard from devotees. So I'm really unfortunate in that sense. But I'm fortunate in the sense that just even small desires in the heart, Guru Maharaj is reciprocating so much. So I can only imagine what would have happened if I did his Vapu Seva. So I definitely feel the kindness, the mercy is there. Balimadan Prabhuji and Anand Mataji, then Leelanandi Mataji, so many senior devotees. They've held my hand, made sure I'm in the right track, and they've been guiding so much. So whatever little that we even do chanting or anything like that is only because of the guidance and mercy of Guru Maharaj. The other places where I felt the mercy of Guru Maharaj is when we were out on book distribution. So that's one seva that is very dear to me as well. So we go out and there are so many instances where we have stood at the place for 1 hour and nobody's taking the book. And then we pray to Guru Maharaj, please send somebody. That's why they can take a book. I've been standing for 1 hour
And then suddenly, out of nowhere, I've seen instances where we are packing the books. My wife can also tell. We are literally packing the books and we are leaving. Somebody comes and say, what was the stall you guys have put? I want to donate some. Can you give me the book? So Guru Maharaj's mercy is so much that he can, without even speaking, a desire in our heart is being fulfilled. So I'm ever grateful to Ananda Mataji, Bali Madan Prabhuji, Leenanandi Mataji, so many other Vaishnavas who have helped me. So I know I'm very unqualified, honestly, Mataji. I'm not saying it for the sake. They're very qualified people, but still, it's Guru Maharaj's mercy, that's all. So all glories to Guru Maharaj and all glories to Srila Prabhupada.
Thank you, Suresh Sridhar Prabhu. It is our good fortune to have you here. Next, we will have Balimarjan Prabhu. Then he has to go prepare for the Pushpa Samadhi Abhishek. And we will have 2 minutes from him, and then Shraddha Mataji and Sukheshwari. And then Yashoda Priya will have to close there because we want to start at sharp 5 p.m. Thank you very much. We do have a room for the kids if they want to play freely. Please feel free to use that room. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Om Jnanatimirandhasya Jnananjana Salakya Chaksurunmilitamena Tasmai Sri Gurave Namaham. His Holiness Gopal Krishna Goswami Maharaj Ki Jai. Sorry, I was not prepared to say anything because Ananda we are giving for family, but as Hansapriya called me many times, so let me say 2 words. So this is very difficult time that I didn't know that Maharaj already left us for almost 1 year, May 5th when he left this planet. And it is the Bharuthini Ekadashi's Dwadasi. And Maharaj's appearance happened in Ekadasi, that is Annada Ekadasi. So 1944 to 2024. So just I will share one experience of the Pushpa Samadhi which we got. The one you can see on the corner, which is decorated with sandalwood. So I don't know the time I went there, and I would like to thank also Hansapriya that she told me Saturday morning we are doing our puja. I generally don't check my WhatsApp that much, late afternoon only. And she said Maharaj's health is really deteriorating. Then I talked to Janardhan Maharaj that day. And then finally we came to know, yes, it is too much, then I have to book my ticket, and somehow I flew. And from Air India, the same night at 9:02 p.m. or something, I just got a call from Janardhan Maharaj from airport that Maharaj is no more, because I planned to go to Dehradun and then come to Vrindavan. But anyway, God's plan, whatever it is, so somehow or other we are able to make it to Vrindavan. And during this time, so somehow it revealed in my heart, as Maharaj said, from the Skanda Purana also it says, the first year of disappearance of a guru, when you make, like Bhaktisiddhanta Maharaj, the samadhis or anything comes, that becomes a grand success. So, and Janardhan Maharaj and 3 devotees said, why don't you also make samadhi at your home? Because East Coast we have in Baltimore, which is Pushpa Samadhi for Guru Maharaj, and there is Vrindavan is the original Samadhi. So then I don't know how to do it, but Guru Maharaj gave the blessings. So got all the paraphernalia from Vrindavan Dham with the Samadhis, his thread, which was offered by His Holiness Japatak Maharaj, 1 thread, as well as the dust of the lotus feet of Maharaj, the flower of the last rites in Vrindavan, which is offered to Guru Maharaj, and the Brajraj from the Samadhisthal feet on that day. So those, and there are various other items which was collected. And then Janardhan Maharaj happened to be there. And finally we made this structure of Samadhi. The reason for it, because I don't know whether I will stay in my home. I have moved 10 years. And then I may go to another home. So we made a portable one. And I made a will that in case my next generation, or somebody doesn't carry on the service of the Samadhis, then we will say that, okay, we will at least immerse in Pacific Ocean. So as long as I am there, if I am able to maintain it, or if I am able to do furthermore my next generations, it can continue. But nevertheless, there is non-different Pushpa Samadhi of Guru Maharaj and himself. So he is giving a shower blessings to the Western America. With this, I would like to thank you everyone for joining tonight and service to Guru and Gauranga. Hare Krishna.
Thank you, Balimardan Prabhu, for having a samadhi. This is such a beautiful blessing. Next we have Shraddha Mataji and then Sukheshwari.
Om Jnanatimirandhasya Jnananjan Shalakaya Chakshurunmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Today, on the first Tirobhav Tithi of His Holiness Gopal Krishna Goswami Maharaj, our hearts are heavy with separation, yet overflowing with gratitude. Maharaj was not only a spiritual giant, but a true embodiment of humility, discipline, and unwavering service to Srila Prabhupada. Though I did not have the personal fortune of close association, I was blessed to receive his darshan a few times. Thanks to our dear Hansapriya Mataji, she warmly welcomed me to his Vyas Puja celebrations, where I witnessed the sincere love and dedication of his disciples, a mood that was so powerful that it left a deep and lasting impression on me. During ISV's annual Mayapur Yatras, I would spot Maharaj attending or leading Mangalarti, always punctual, composed, and deeply present. Yet seeing him during those early hours quietly spoke volumes about his discipline and unwavering connection to the Lord. Maharaj's life was a glorious offering to Srila Prabhupada. He left behind a promising corporate career and gave his entire life to spreading Krishna consciousness. His leadership resulted in the constructions of numerous temples, and he championed book distribution on a massive scale. Despite such monumental service, he remained deeply humble and approachable. His gentle nature, powerful preaching, and consistent sadhana inspired countless devotees, both his disciples and those of us who admired him from afar. So how do we move forward without such a saint amongst us? By keeping him alive in our hearts, by following his teachings, remembering his example, and living by the values he stood for. To live without him means to live like him, with deep faith, humility in service, consistency in practice, and compassion in our dealings. Though his physical form is absent, his spirit lives on in those who sincerely try to carry forward his legacy. Let us not only remember him, let us try to become the kind of devotees he hoped that we would be. His Holiness Gopal Krishna Goswami Maharaj ki jai. Srila Prabhupada ki
Jai.
Thank you so much.
Hare Krishna. So before Sukheshwari goes, I have a quick announcement. So those devotees who would like to do the bathing, Balimardan Prabhu is ready. You can start with the Pada Puja, Abhishek, and I think it's by family, correct, Balimardan Prabhu? Is that, yeah. Yeah, so yeah, go family one by one. Each family can start offering, and we will continue the offering as always. It's never enough time for making an offerings on a Disappearance Day or Appearance Day. So we'll continue this, but let's keep it quiet. So that way, once Balimardan Prabhu blows the conch to Keshwari, you can come start speaking. And then after that, we will have Yashoda Priya and Premananda Gaur Prabhu. Hare Krishna. So please go join Balimardan Prabhu, those who have done making offering, by like reading offering. You can go join Balimardan Prabhu if you wish to do the Pada Puja.
Hare Krishna, dear Gopal Krishna Maharaj. Please accept my humble obeisances. All glories to Srila Prabhupada, all glories to you. Om Jnanantimirandasya Jnananjana Shalakya Chakshurun Militam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Maharaj, I remember hearing about you from the time I got introduced to Krishna consciousness in Mumbai, Chowpatty, but never got to connect with or speak to you until I moved to ISV. Due to your disciples, I got to know more about you. Ananda Mataji always gave a small service every time you came to ISV. You were so happy to meet me and speak to me. I remember as I got introduced to you, you said you knew me and that you saw me on the altar doing the Pujari service and you appreciated me. I felt so happy. Those were my first few years of my Pujari service and constantly felt I was making mistakes. But your appreciation really, really elated me. Now that you're no more with us, I get a glimpse of your service through your disciples. I have been very fortunate to do several services, CPO services with Ananda Mataji, DT worship with Balimarthan Prabhu, coordinating kids services for events with Hansapriya, and several other services with other disciples. Maharaj, Hansapriya's constant discussion about your mercy on disciples and her deep connection with you has made me realize that our connection with Guru may be eternal, but the time in this world is counted. I realized how much I need to start connecting with all the Guru Vargas and take complete advantage in serving them and take their association. Thank you so much, Maharaj, with your most inspiring life. Please bless all of us at ISV so we can serve your Sankirtan mission for Srila Prabhupada, your aspiring servant Sukeshwari Devidasi.
Yashoda Priya Prabhu, and then we will have the last offering from Vijay Damodar Prabhu. Thank you. Premananda Gaur Prabhu, and then Vijay Damodar Prabhu. That would be the last offering. Thank you.
Hare Krishna. Thank you so much, Mataji, for giving me this opportunity to speak. Dear Guru Maharaj, please accept my humble obeisances. All glories to you, your dear Prabhupada, and your dear Shishi Gaunitai. Like everyone, I also recall our first meeting during which I immediately felt you knew everything about me. Each time I reflect on the challenging time I have faced in this material world, your grace and mercy come to my mind. While I may forget those difficulties over time, I pray to Krishna to help me remember them. For each time I look back, I am reminded of your pure causeless mercy, which continues to be present in my life. You have done everything for us, much like as a father who works hard, gathers all the comfort to ensure his children's comfort. Through your hardships, you have spared us from experiencing difficulties. You did all that hardship for us so that we can perform our devotional service nicely and assured there should be no lack of anything, and enriched us with numerous temples, books, and devotees. You used to stand for long hours in front of government offices, holding files in your hands, waiting for your turn to come to get approved for the temple project. I know how endless that wait could be and how rudely you were sometimes treated. Yet you remained silent, standing there, persistent in your request, silently bearing harsh words. You have faced and overcome such and many more obstacles. After your departure, I came to know that your family possessed great wealth, evidenced by presence of golden bricks within your ancestral home. You were having a very high-paying job. You had all the material comfort and opulence in your life. Still, you choose a life to fulfill your Guru's wish. You never liked to take a rest. You are still not taking rest and continue your service to dear Prabhupada. Thank you for blessing me with the association of your disciples, one of the great assets you left for me. I could not do much for you. It's a heavy regret in my heart. But I pray and wish so that I can become an obedient puppet in your hand. Thank you so much for everything. Your servant, life after life. Yashoda Priya Devidasi. Thank you so much.
Okay, Premananda Gaur Prabhu. And then Vijay Damodar Prabhu. And Premananda Gaur Prabhu is here. Please come forward, Prabhu. We can make a 2-minute offering. And I know many of you still don't have a chance. That's what I was asking everyone to sign up so we can start 3:30, and you would have plenty of the time. And we all thought that 4 o'clock is too early, but see how much we are relishing. Anyway, on May 5th, we will have another opportunity to continue to make your offering. So you will have your chance. So you can continue on May 5th. Thank you.
Om Jnanam Timiranandasya Jnananjana Shalakaya Chakshurunmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Guruve Namaha. Gururu Brahma Gururu Vishnu Gururu Devo Maheshwaraha Gururu Sakshat Param Brahma Tasmai Shri Guruve Namaha. Hare Krishna. I met Gopal Krishna Maharaj in 1996. I came to US in 86 and we were initially in Boston. Then we moved to Sacramento area. I got a professorship there. So Parsati Prabhu once called me and said there is a ISKCON Maharaj visiting from Delhi. So you want to come over and meet him? And go, sure. So we went, and then he took me to his room, and I gave him my card. So I remember he carefully read over my card and said, "You have so many degrees, but what I want you to do is to use them for Krishna." So since then, I have such a deep relationship with him. Mostly because he was not only a devotee, a spiritual person, but he was a very good manager. Strategically, he could think about ISKCON, making a brand out of ISKCON so that everything else goes away, but the brand will remain. So he fought for ISKCON, just wanted to make that as a branded organization, world-class organization. And I think that was his most significant contribution. As a manager, I mean, I'm myself more or less in the same field, but I saw him doing so many things. When he started Food for Life program, I was with him, and we consulted so many people in India. India is so complex. You will think America is complex, but India is much more difficult. So he consulted so many people that we want to do a Food for Life program here. We want to start a mission along with ISKCON. So that's his strategic vision was that I do not want this Food for Life to be part of ISKCON, because sometimes ISKCON can be sued, and then we will be bankrupt because of Food for Life. So what I saw in him was a leader, somebody who can think beyond what he can perceive, and somebody who can build up an organization, make it stand up to the world. And that is what I saw with with my association with him. He asked me, I was in US for many years, then he asked me, why don't you come back? You don't belong in US. Which I did. And then we had such a good association. He taught me many things, mostly how to run an organization, and how to think strategically, how to think beyond what you can perceive now. So on his first disappearance day, Maharaj, I remember you, all your instructions to me. And my only prayer to you is that you will give me that strength that you used to give me in your room in the mandir in east of Kailash. And now I don't have your presence there, but each time I go, I still feel like you are sitting there and then calling, Premananda Gaur, come inside. No. Thank you.
Hare Krishna. We have Vijay Damodar Prabhu, and after that we will be going for the Pushpa Abhishek, Pushpa Samadhi Abhishek, and we need to make an offering at 5:15 of the Bhoga of Prasadam offering. And 5:30 we will have Vaisesika Prabhu lead us into the Pushpanjali and then Aarti.
Hare Krishna. Now Vishnu Padaya Krishna Prasthaya Bhutale Srimate Gopal Krishna Goswami Ti Namne Prabhupadasya Sahityam Ye Prakashyavate Cha Pracharam Kitvan Sadhu Bhagavad Padaya Te Namah Namo Vishnu Padaya Krishna Prasthaya Bhutale Srimate Bhakti Vedanta Swami Ti Namne. Dear Guru Maharaj, please accept my humble obeisances. On your first Tirobhav day, I'm actually lost on what I should say. If it were just for glorification, there are immense aspects to consider. If it is about missing you, there are immense number of people over here in this earth who are actually missing you so dearly. If it's about inspiration, then there are so many aspects about you that one can take for leading their life in future, that will run short of paper writing things down. Still, today, I want to talk about the word outstanding. So Maharaj, you were outstanding in almost every aspect. In Krishna consciousness, what I learned was that there always depth to everything that you do, and you exemplified that. So let me try to give some examples on how you went into depths of everything. You were outstanding manager, as Prabhu just said earlier. You're outstanding in your mystic abilities. It just showed your elevation, but something that you didn't care about. I'll share one example. You had come to Berkeley Temple, and when we had parked the car over there, you, while walking out of the car and we were going to the temple, you turned around and you mentioned, if I were you, I would be more careful about the luggage over there. So you said something like that, and we didn't care about it. I mean, what else can we do? Care about it? It's logged. Okay, Maharaj, yeah, fine. Let's go continue with you. After about half an hour, we got to know someone broke into the car. And that's when we realized, oh my God, that's what Maharaj was saying. So outstanding in mystic abilities, just one example. Outstanding in your consideration for various entities in this world. Kanishtaka-adhikaris, Madhyama-adhikaris, Uttama-adhikaris, non-devotees, birds, animals. So there was one time when I think you were driving to Vrindavan, and I think you were meditating or you were doing some japa, and I think there was a sound, and then you opened your eyes and you figured out that there was a crow that had hit the car. So you asked the car to be stopped, and you walked backwards, and everyone was jumping out of the car asking, where's Maharaj going? Maharaj didn't say anything. And you went back, and then that animal, that bird that was there, you actually chanted for that bird. So not many people do that. Maybe they'll continue on the car and continue chanting. Maybe they'll even offer their prayers. But to stop and go back is one extra thing that you did. So, of course, the fact that you barely slept and barely cared about your body is one aspect. But the other things, coming from my impersonal background, I had the notion everything has to be renounced in this world, and therefore a yogi should not be having some taste or anything from this world. So I was initially shocked when I found out that Mahaprabhu loved mangoes. I said, okay, he's God, so he's special, right, fine. Then I figured out that you liked some very special things to eat. You liked waffle with maple syrup and things like that. And I was always puzzled. Then I said, okay, you're a guru, so you're special, let's not worry about it. But then I find out that there are other people like that, and there's no reason to cut this because we are supposed to do Yukta Vairagya, and we are not supposed to do just Vairagya. So Falgu converted into Yukta, thanks for your mercy. Outstanding. Although I had a very small journey, about 7-8 years, I got many opportunities to touch base with you physically. Initially, I had gone to India for a long trip, 6 years or 6 weeks. And I kept meeting you multiple times, every 2 weeks or something. And when I met for you about the 5th or 6th time, you actually asked me, don't you have work? Don't you want to go back or something? And I was saying, Maharaj, don't worry about it. It's all taken care of. I've arranged everything perfectly. I have not taken vacation for such a long time. Everything's going good. But then he said, you should be more professional in your work. I said, Maharaj, yeah, I'm professional. I know how to work. I've been working for 25, 30 years. So don't worry, everything's taken care of. And they said, you have a ponytail you take care of your hair and you should wear yourself well. And I was thinking, why is Maharaj saying all of those things? Maharaj, this is my world. I know how to do it. Well, as it turned out, 2 years later, I was given a special position. I was going to get a very big team, and I was saying, oh, everything's working out. In fact, it's working out better. I was always watchful of what Maharaj said, but pratyaksha, right? So I said, okay, Shabda, whatever Shabda Brahma coming from Maharaj, let's not worry about it. Things are working out fine. Slowly I found out that all of those people who were supposed to report to me, one after the other, all the jobs started going away. And I was the only one left. I said, that's fine. I'm fine. No problem. And then, as it turned out, the management changed, and I was the only person left. My layer below got moved out, the layer on top moved out, the side moved out, and I was also moved to a different team. And I said, now things are not happening as I want to, but still I have a job, not a problem. And then things started going really, really bad. And then I figured out, that's why Maharaj said, work professionally. He knew it a couple of years back that things will not go good for you. Well, things went very, very bad after that. But because Maharaj has said, I actually started working professionally. Of course, I didn't know how to do that because I left it. But I tried to pick up. So are outstanding in your ability to see future and have vision of what people should be doing, even in knee science. Forget science. So as Ishopanishad they said, right? Yogi should have both science and knee science. So many, many, many outstanding things. I think we have an offering at 5:15. We have passed that. But now that you are actually outstanding, you're not standing with us, at least not with me, because I can only see physicals. Please, I request you to give me your mercy so I can actually tread the path that you would want me to do, which I am slipping every time. But I have, my only hope is that you'll hold my hand, and you do hold the hand every time something goes south. So I don't know how many times things will go south, but I have confidence that you will be there and you are here. Thank you, Maharaj. Hare Krishna.
Namo Vishnupadaya Krishna Prishtaya Bhutale Srimate Bhaktivedanta Swami Niti Namine. Namaste Sarasvate Deve Gauravani Pacharine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Paschatya Deshatarine. Jaya Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shri Vasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda. Jaya Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadha Shri Vasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda. Jaya Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadha Shiva Sadigo Rabhakta Vrinda. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna. Let's sing a song. Vaisesika Prabhu is on his way, so we'll do the Puspanjali. But one more song we can sing. Can you put the Gurudev Kripa Bindu there? His Holiness Gopal Krishna Goswami Maharaj Tirobhav Maha Mahotsav ki, Srila Bhagavad Pad Maharaj ki. Okay. Gurudev Kripa Bindu diya, koro ei dase
তৃণাপেক্ষা অতিহীন বিন্দু দিয়া তৃণাপেক্ষা অতিহীন গুরুদেব কৃপা বিন্দু দিয়া করো এই দাসে তৃণাপেক্ষা অতিহীন বিন্দু দিয়া করো এই দাসে তৃণাপেক্ষা অতিহীন সকল সহনে বল দিয়া করো নিজ মানে স্প্রিয়াইন সহনে বল দিয়া করো নিজ মানে স্প্রিয়াইন সকল সহনে বল দিয়া করো নিজ মানে স্প্রিয়াহীন সকল সহনে বল দিয়া করো মানে স্প্রিয়াহীন সকল সম্মান করিতে সকতি দেহনাথ যথাযথ সকলে সম্মান করিতে সকতি দেহনাথ যথাযথ দেহনাথ যথাযথ তবে তো গাইব হরিনাম সুখে অপরাধ হবে হত তবে তো গাইব হরিনাম সুখে অপরাধ হবে হত গাইব হরিনাম সুখে অপরাধ হবে হত কবে হেন কৃপা লোভিয়া এ জন কৃতার্থ হইবে নাথ জন কৃতার্থ হইবে নাথ কবে হেন কৃপা লোভিয়া এ জন কৃতার্থ হইবে নাথ জন কৃতার্থ হইবে নাথ শক্তি বুদ্ধিহীন আমি অতি দীন করো মোরে আত্মসাথ বুদ্ধিহীন আমি অতি দীন করো মোরে আত্মসাথ শক্তি বুদ্ধিহীন আমি অতি দীন করো মোরে আত্মসাথ বুদ্ধিহীন আমি অতি দীন করো মোরে আত্মসাথ যোগ্যতা বিচারে কিছু নাহি পাই তোমার করুণা সার 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 করুণা না হইলে কান্দিয়া কান্দিয়া প্রাণ না রাখিব আর কান্দিয়া কান্দিয়া প্রাণ না রাখিব আর করুণা না হইলে কান্দিয়া কান্দিয়া প্রাণ না রাখিব আর করুণা না হইলে কান্দিয়া কান্দিয়া প্রাণ না রাখিব আর গুরুদেব কৃপা বিন্দু দিয়া করো এই দাসে তৃণাপেক্ষা অতিহীন বিন্দু দিয়া করো এই দাসে তৃণাপেক্ষা অতিহীন গুরুদেব 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 জয় জয় গুরুদেব 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 জয় জয় গুরুদেব জয় জয় গুরুদেব 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 জয় জয় গুরুদেব गुरुदेव गौर प्रेमानंदे हरि हरि बोल. O hey Vaishnava Thakur, one more song then we'll. O hey Vaishnava Thakura, Dayara Sagara, Edase Karuna Kari. O hey Vaishnava Thakura, দয়ার সাগর এ দাসে করুণা করি ওহে বৈষ্ণব ঠাকুর দয়ার সাগর এ দাসে করুণা করি ওহে বৈষ্ণব ঠাকুর দয়ার সাগর এ দাসে করুণা করি দিয় পদ ছায়া শোধ হে আমায় তোমার চরণ ধরি দিয় পদ ছায়া শোধ হে আমায় তোমার চরণ ধরি দিও পদ ছায়া শোধ হে আমায় তোমার চরণ ধরি দিও পদ ছায়া শোধ হে আমায় তোমার চরণ ধরি ছয় বেগ দমি ছয় শোষ শোধি ছয় গুণ দেহ দাসে শোধি ছয় গুণ দেহ দাসে ছয় বেগ দমি ছয় দোষ শোধি ছয় গুণ দেহ দাসে দেহ দাসে ছয় শত সঙ্গ দেহ হে আমারে বসেছি সঙ্গে রাসে শত সঙ্গ দেহ হে আমারে বসেছি সঙ্গে রাসে ছয় শত সঙ্গ দেহ হে আমারে বসেছি আমার সঙ্গে ছয় শত সঙ্গ দেহ হে আমারে বসেছি সঙ্গে রাসে একাকী আমার নাহি পায়া বল হরি নাম সংকীর্তনে একাকী আমার নাহি পায়া বল হরি নাম সংকীর্তনে একাকী আমার নাহি পায়া বল হরি নাম সংকীর্তনে একাকী আমার নাহি পায়া বল হরিনাম সংকীর্তনে। তুমি কৃপা করি শ্রদ্ধা বিন্দু দিয়া দেহ কৃষ্ণ নাম ধনে। তুমি কৃপা করি শ্রদ্ধা বিন্দু দিয়া দেহ কৃষ্ণ নাম ধনে। তুমি কৃপা করি শ্রদ্ধা বিন্দু দিয়া দেহ কৃষ্ণ নাম ধনে। তুমি কৃপা করি শ্রদ্ধা বিন্দু দিয়া দেহ কৃষ্ণ নাম ধনে। কৃষ্ণ সে তোমার কৃষ্ণ দিতে পারো তোমার শক্তি আছে। কৃষ্ণ সে তোমার দিতে পারো তোমার শক্তি আছে। কৃষ্ণ সে তোমার কৃষ্ণ দিতে পারো তোমার শক্তি আছে। কৃষ্ণ সে তোমার কৃষ্ণ দিতে পারো তোমার শক্তি আছে। আমি তো কাঙ্গাল কৃষ্ণ কৃষ্ণ বলি ধাই তব পাছে পাছে। আমি তো কাঙ্গাল কৃষ্ণ কৃষ্ণ বলি ধাই তব পাছে পাছে। আমি তো কাঙ্গাল কৃষ্ণ কৃষ্ণ বলি ধাই তব পাছে পাছে। আমি তো কাঙ্গাল কৃষ্ণ কৃষ্ণ বলি ধাই তব পাছে পাছে। বৈষ্ণব ঠাকুর দয়ার সাগর এ দাসে করুণা করি। হে বৈষ্ণব ঠাকুর দয়ার সাগর এ দাসে করুণা করি। ওই বৈষ্ণব ঠাকুর দয়ার সাগর এ দাসে করুণা করি। বৈষ্ণব ঠাকুর দয়ার সাগর এ দাসে করুণা করি। ওই বৈষ্ণব ঠাকুর দয়ার সাগর এ দাসে করুণা করি। হে বৈষ্ণব ঠাকুর দয়ার সাগর এ দাসে করুণা করি। জয় বৈষ্ণব ঠাকুর জয় বৈষ্ণব ঠাকুর জয় বৈষ্ণব ঠাকুর জয় বৈষ্ণব ঠাকুর। বৈষ্ণব ঠাকুর জয় 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 বৈষ্ণব ঠাকুর। বৈষ্ণব ঠাকুর জয় বৈষ্ণব ঠাকুর জয় ঠাকুর জয় বৈষ্ণব জয় জয় প্রভুপাদ প্রভুপাদ জয় জয় প্রভুপাদ। জয় জয় গুরুদেব 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 জয় জয় গুরুদেব। নিতাই গৌর হরি বল হরি বল হরি বল নিতাই গৌর হরি বল হরি বল হরি বল নিতাই গৌর হরি বল। Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. So now we will have Pushpanjali, and His Grace Vaisesika Prabhu will lead us into Pushpanjali. We request all the Prabhus on the left side and all the mothers on the right side, we can push the chairs back, and those who still need to sit on the chair, Please feel free to use the back row of the chair to sit. Hare Krishna. So all the mothers on my right side and all the Prabhus on the left side. Thank you.
Thank you. Shall we have everyone come close? And maybe move the harmonium so that we have room. I'll need that in a few minutes. Om Jnana Timirandasya Jnananjana Shalakaya Chakshurun Militam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha Shri Chaitanya Manobhishtam Stapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kadahmayam Dadati Swapadantikam Vandeham Shri Guru Sri Yuta Padakamalam Shri Gurun Vaishnavamscha Shri Rupam Sagrajatam Sahagana Raghunatham Vitam Tam Sajivam Sadvaitam Sadvatutam Original Sahitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Shri Radha Krishna Padam Sahagana Lalita Shri Vishakam Vitamscha Namao Vishnu Padaya Krishna Prishtaya Bhutale Srimate Gopal Krishna Goswami Iti Namine Prabhupadasya Sahityam Ya Prakasya Vichiryacha Chacharam Kritavan Sadhu Bhagavat Bhadyate Namaha Namao Vishnu Padaya Krishna Preshtaya Bhutale Srimate Bhaktivedanta Swami Niti Namine Namaste Saraswate Deve Gauravani Prasharine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Paschatya Deshatarine Namao Vishnu Padaya Krishna Preshtaya Bhutale Srimate Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Tinamine Varshabhana Videvi Dayataya Kripabdaye Krishna Sambandha Vijnana Dayane Prabhade Namaha Madhurya Ujjvala Premadya Shri Rupanuga Bhaktida Shri Gora Karuna Shakti Vigrahaya Namostute Namaste Gauravani Murte Dinatarine Rupanuga Viradhapa Apasiddhanta Advanta Harine Namo Gaurikishoraya Sakshat Vairagya Murtaye Vipralambara Sambodhe Kadambujayate Namaha Namo Bhakti Vinodaya Satchidananda Namine Gora Shakti Swarupaya Rupanugavarayate Gora Yurbhava Yurmestvam Nirdeshta Sajjana Priya Vaishnava Sarvabhauma Shri Jagannathayate Namaha Gora Yurbhava Bhumestvam Nirdesa Sajjana Priya Vaishnava Sarvabhauma Shri Jagannathayate Namaha Vancha Kalpatarubhyascha Kripasindhu Kaivacha Patitanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namaha Namo Mahavaranyaya Krishna Prema Pradayate Krishnaya Krishna Chaitanya Namne Gauratushe Namaha Panchatatvatmakam Krishnam Bhakta Rupa Swarupakam Bhaktavataram Bhaktakyam Namami Bhakta Shaktikam Hey Krishna Karuna Sindho Dinabandho Jagatpate Gopesha Gopika Kanta Radha Kanta Namostute Jayatam Surator Pangor Mamamanda Matergati Vasaraswa Padamboja Radha Madana Mohana Divya Vrindaranya Kalpadrumadha Srimad Ratnagara Simhasanasto Srimad Radha Srila Govinda Devo Ishtalipi Siddhyamano Smarami Srimad Rasa Sarambi Vamshivata Tatastita Harshan Venur Swaner Gopir Gopinatha Shri Stunaha Tapta Kanchana Gaurangi Radhe Vrindavaneshwari Vrishabhanu Sute Devi Pranamami Hari Priye Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Radhara Srivasadi Gaur Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare Namo Vishnu Padaya Krishna Prestaya Bhutale Srimate Gopal Krishna Goswamin Intinamine Prabhupadasya Sahityam Ya Prakasya Vitiryacha Pracharam Kritavan Sadhu Bhagavat Padyate Namaha Srila Gopal Krishna Maharaj Goswami Maharaj Ki Jai Esha Pushpanjali Namo Vishnupadaya Krishna Prestaya Bhutale Srimate Gopal Krishna Goswamin Ittinamine Prabhupadasya Sahityam Yaha Prakasya Vitiryacha Pracharam Kritavan Sadhu Bhagavat Padyate Namaha Esha Pushpanjali Namo Vishnupadaya Krishna Prestaya Bhutale Srimate Gopal Krishna Goswamin Ittinamine Prabhupadasya Sahityam Ya Prakasya Vitiryacha Pracharam Kritavan Sadhu Bhagavat Padyate Namaha Esha Pushpanjali Srimati Gopal Krishna Goswami Maharaj Ki Jai.
Saradhavanalalidhalok Tranaya Karunya Khalakalatam Praptasya Kalyana Gunarnavasya Vande Guru Sri Karanarvindam Praptasya Kalyana Gunarnavasya Vande Guru Sri Karanarvindam 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 Mahaprabhu Kirtana Nitya Gita Paditya Madhyan Manasura Vande Guru Sri Karanarvindam
Jayom Vishnupad Paramahamsa Privrajacharya Ashtotar Shishimad. His Divine Grace Gopal Krishna Goswami Maharaj Ki Jai. Jayom Vishnupad Paramahamsa Privrajacharya Ashtotar Shishimad. His Divine Grace A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Maharaj Srila Prabhupada Ki Jai. Jayom Vishnupad Paramahamsa Privrajacharya Ashtotar Shishimad. Srila Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Goswami Maharaj Ki Jai. Anantakoti Vaishnavini Ki Jai. Namacharya Shri Haridas Thakur Ki Jai. Prem Gaho Shri Krishna Chaitanya. Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Shri Vasari Gaur Bhaktivinoda Ki Jai. Shri Shri Radha Krishna Gop Gopna Shamkund Radhakund Giri Govardhan Ki. Shri Vrindavan Dham Ki Jai. Shri Mayapur Navadip Dham Ki Jai. Shri Jagannath Puri Dham Ki Jai. Tulsi Devi Bhakti Devi Ki Jai. Jamuna Devi Ganga Devi Ki Jai. Sambeta Bhaktivinoda Ki Jai. All glorious to assembled devotees. All glorious to assembled devotees. All glorious to assembled devotees. Gaur Premanande Haribo.
Hare Krishna. So now we'll have His Grace Vaisesika Prabhu will address us and speak the glorification of His Holiness Gopal Krishna Maharaj, as well as he will guide us and train us how to survive on a Vani and continue our service and make Maharaj proud and dedicate our life and mission to the service of Gopal Krishna Goswami Maharaj and Srila Prabhupada and Sankirtan movement. We request all of you to take a seat, and if we can come forward, that would be great, so we can accommodate. And let's keep area in front of Maharaj open, so you can bring the table, and then we can have the offering.
Did you sing Reni Parmadana?
No, we thought you would.
It's still about today, right?
Yeah, so
Can we sing it?
we wanted it for you to sing.
Okay. Would you tell Ramananda?
I'm not sure if Mama wants to speak towards the end of it. In the end of it.
Who wants to?
Nirpura Mama.
Oh, okay. If you ask her. Krishna. It's a great honor to be with all of you today for this auspicious occasion to glorify Srila Gopal Krishna Maharaj on his Tirubhav. First, offer my respectful obeisances to Gopal Krishna Maharaj, Srila Prabhupada, and the Guru Parampara. Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya, Prabhu Nityananda, Shri Advaita, Gadadhara, Shivasari Gaur Bhaktavinda. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. It takes us so long here in this dark material world to come in contact with a pure devotee. Muktanam apisidhanam narayana parayana. There are tens of thousands, hundreds of thousands of munis and rishis. Muktanam apisidhanam, muktas, those who are liberated and are siddha. But a Narayana Parayana is the rarest of all, one who is 100% dedicated in pure devotion to Lord Krishna, Lord Narayan. And the gratitude one feels when coming in contact with a pure devotee is expressed by Uddhava. Uddhava mentions his gratitude to Krishna, but it's in relationship with the pure devotee. When he says that Naivo payantya pachitim kavayastavesha Brahmayushapi kridim rida buddhasmaranta Yontarbahis tanubritam ashubam badundvan Acharya chaitya vapusha swagatim vyanakti. He says to Lord Krishna that you're so kind, and I'm so grateful that I could not repay you for your kindness, even if I had the duration of the life of Lord Brahma. And he goes on to say that you appear in the heart of every living being, and you also appear externally. Yontarbahis, tanubratam ashubhan badunban, in the form of a pure devotee. Why? To show your own path. In this world, people are enamored of the material energy And Shukadeva Goswami says at the beginning of the Srimad Bhagavatam that that's all they like to talk about. All the varieties which are, as Prahlad Maharaj says, recycled, same thing over and over again. Punak punas charvita charvananam. There's only one thing original and new in this world, and that's coming to the lotus feet of a pure devotee who speaks about Krishna from his or her heart, and thus awakens our love for Krishna. His Holiness Gopal Krishna Maharaj showed when he first came to the temple that he was a surrendered soul. And Srila Prabhupada, whose eyes were trained to spot those who were sincere, was always looking for those who were not only sincere, but also capable. And Holiness Gopal Krishna Maharaj fit those two criterion. And Prabhupada empowered him very quickly, even though he was content in any way to be a humble servant. That throughout his life in Krishna consciousness, he showed the kind of devotion that we can emulate. I was just listening before I came here to his last will and testament, which inspires me every time I hear it. Because what did he have? When the covers are removed and you see at the end, what did you have? Just service. I don't have anything else, he said. And if I do have anything else, it belongs to ISKCON. Please don't touch it. And any personal effects, those will be made available to the temples where, for instance, his deities will be worshipped. Not one person can do it, but the whole temple could take care of it in perpetuity in worshiping his deities. And also, in his last will and testament, he expressed his conviction and shraddha in Srila Prabhupada's manifestation of a home that everyone could live in. And he urged everyone to stay in that home despite any difficulty. Don't leave. He made it unequivocal that this was his path. He said, I've never stepped a foot outside of ISKCON. He said, please, all of you, follow this course. Stay within ISKCON. It's Srila Prabhupada's gift to us so that we can follow the path of pure devotional service. Don't invent anything. He also mentioned that, not in the last will and testament, although he said, I don't have any books besides some compilations of the lectures that he had given. He said, I don't have any copyrights on these. And he said also at another time, I didn't write any books. Prabhupada's books are enough. And regarding books, he heard early on from Srila Prabhupada how much he wanted his books distributed. And showing the path of success in devotional service, which is to listen very carefully to the words of the spiritual master and to, if possible, understand, intuit what is the innermost desire of the Guru. He did that. And he was an exemplar, or I could say the exemplar, of one who took to the path of printing and distributing Prabhupada's books all over the world, a champion of the cause everywhere he went. So much so that all of his followers, wherever they were, could be seen and still can be seen to be dedicated to that mission of Srila Prabhupada as expressed through His Holiness Gopal Krishna Maharaj. my inspiration when I was listening to the devotees read his last will and testament, and afterwards I was listening to a lecture by Maharaj, and he was very straightforward. Nothing off the beaten track, nothing flowery. Prabhupada's books and straightforward, direct Krishna Katha that anyone could listen to and say, yes, I think I could try to do that. And some, in various eras, would think, well, he's not flashy enough. We want flashy. In the beginnings of Krishna consciousness movement, there were many trends of wearing huge neck beads or special effects. Prabhupada made comments about this. Even Srila Bhaktisiddhanta noted it in his mutts. He said, no foppery means don't try to show off with fancy stuff. Just be a good devotee. Don't try to be a great devotee. And His Holiness Gopal Krishna Maharaj was not showy. He was a strict follower of Srila Prabhupada and the Guru Parampara and gave straightforward advice about how to practice Krishna consciousness. Following in the way Prabhupada did, working very hard, vigorously in fact, to expand the Krishna consciousness movement so that other people could come and take advantage. In my interactions with him, I took away, in a very heartfelt way, some of his advice, and from the interactions I still remember. One of them was when he listened to a talk I gave about book distribution, and I talked about the 4 laws of book distribution. And at the end he came over, he said, there should be 5. And then he told me a story. He said, when I first took it up on Prabhupada's order, I had an idea. I would go the professional route. He went to a famous bookseller and arranged for Prabhupada's books to be put on display for an entire month with a special offer. And he put everything he could into it. But at the end he came to Prabhupada and said, it didn't go so well, not the way I expected. And he said to me, Prabhupada told me that is because my books are sold by the enthusiasm of my disciple. He said, this should be the 5th law, that you have to have enthusiasm. That's what compels people to take anything, to take to the process of Krishna consciousness and to take a book. And that was apparent in Maharaj when we would stay at Govardhan Hill during Kartik. Every year he would come on parikram with thousands of devotees. The Govardhan ashram is a quiet place. And during the festival season, sometimes during the day, a yatra will come in and swarm the place for half an hour, and then go away. Maharaj was so personal that he would stop in to see any of his godbrothers, whatever room they were in. And I can remember many times when he would just burst in the room, and then the room would be flooded because devotees would come in with him. And sometimes I'd be sitting doing a puja or getting ready for something, and all of a sudden the door would fling open and Maharaj would come in with his devotees. And we'd offer obeisances. He would grab my hand and he'd always have some encouraging words to say. He would say something personal. And it was 99.9% of the time about book distribution. that we have to distribute more, we have to double it. And he would say encouraging things. And he would stop in and see other God brothers, and then he would go on his way. When he came here to ISV, we invariably asked him to make a video for us. Luckily, we have those, and we have the pictures of them. When one of the times I remember he sat outside there in front of the hedge in a chair, and we had all the camera set up, and he had the microphone. And it was a blissful time that we had to sit around him and feel that here's one of the most senior, most leaders in our movement, and he's a book distributor. And he's for us. He would take the time to sit down and go through the rigors of making a video. Did that go through? Did that take? Fix the microphone, move a little to the left. He didn't mind, because he knew the influence he would have by advocating for book distribution. So he would take the time to do that. And we would sit with him and listen to him speak. And it did have a huge effect on people all over the world, as it still is now. Last year, because the devotees were dedicating their activities and distributing books to Maharaj, and they were especially inspired, which is also the mode of the devotees after their spiritual master leaves the world, where to take shelter. And the Tirubhav means when the light of the spiritual master's personal presence goes out, then what light does one follow? One must follow the order of the spiritual master. And one must reconstitute everything one's heard and seen in one's guru to understand how to conduct one's own life. How did my guru speak? How would, if he made a decision about a particular issue that's going on, we, all of you who are his disciples, and all of us who are his loving God brothers, and anyone else, have a catalog of all he said, and the way he said it, and the way he reacted to circumstances that we can remember and bring out as we go through the maze, which is the material world, and trying to find our way through this darkness and conduct our services. A heartfelt moment I had with Maharaj was after there was some discord here at ISV. There, one group had split off, and they had sort of undercover been cultivating a separate society. And I had lost sleep over that. A lot of sleep. I'm still trying to catch up. And I had gone to Vrindavan as usual for Govardhan Parikram during the Kartik time. And I happened to meet Maharaj in front of the MVT, so I figured I'd take shelter and ask him for his blessings. And he could tell I was distraught, so he held my hand. This is his mode. He's very personal. He held my hand as I was talking to him, telling him the situation. And he held it for several minutes, maybe 5 minutes. And I felt that this is a Vaishnav who'll stop and listen and take to heart what you're saying. And I also appreciated because I knew he'd been through all that and more. If you're going to preach, you can't have a weak heart. You have to be ready to handle reversals. And
I felt like I was talking to the seasoned general who had been around the world, who had been through all of the reversals that one could go through, which are inevitable when one teaches and preaches Krishna consciousness around the world, and when one takes responsibility and takes a risk. And at the end he said, "It's a very ungrateful world." And he let go of my hand. And I felt that I had been understood and appreciated. He set that mode. I remember in Toronto a couple times, because we would go there regularly and still do, and it was one of his main centers. He would hold forth, he'd make time sitting in a room, and people would go in and out all day long to talk to him. And Nirkula and I would go there and just talk to Maharaj. And he would be very charming. "How are you? Hope all is well. How's things at ISV?" And it was a very heartfelt experience to be with him and to feel his appreciation and love for his God siblings. And now all of you have this opportunity to make advancement in Krishna consciousness with whatever duration of life you have by dedicating yourself in a similar way. He showed this trajectory of coming into Krishna consciousness, very unusual. Most people were young and either half-educated or not at all, because they didn't have time before they joined the Krishna conscious movement. Graduates, what to speak of those engaged in some gainful employment, were extremely rare in the ISKCON movement at that time. Maybe a few cab drivers. But he was highly placed. And it was a revelation to all of us as well that an Indian would join the Krishna consciousness movement. At least there was one that we knew of. Of course, there were a few more. And the movement in India was fledgling. It had not taken hold as it has now. Not just taken hold, it's swelling like a tidal wave. But he came, and Prabhupada recognized his spiritual demeanor and impetus, and he also saw that he was a professional. What a great relief for Prabhupada. It happened several times when he'd see highly qualified personalities come in. Gaur Govinda Maharaj would come, and he'd given him first, second, and sannyas initiation. Please help. Take care. And Gopal Krishna Maharaj, in a similar vein, Prabhupada recognized talent when he saw it. And he saw it in Gopal Krishna Maharaj and gave him so much encouragement and support. And one person who has simple devotion, that simple in the way that I'm going to follow my spiritual master. You can hear it in his last will and testament. Just take the straightforward path. Read all of Prabhupada's books. Stay in ISKCON. Don't stray here and there. Nothing else needed. And became more and more apparent, and unfortunately you don't know what you got till it's gone. Oftentimes we take everything for granted, or mostly for granted, while we're amidst our beloved associates, what to speak of our master, or exalted God brothers and sisters. But life is short. It goes by very quickly. And last year, while we were all in Vrindavan, and we had an observance for Gopal Krishna Maharaj, so many devotees came forward to tell about the service that he had done and the ways they had interacted with him. And we began to see those of us who were not with him
regularly, and who can be? Unless you're there all the time, traveling with somebody and living in the same place, you don't know all the facets of their life. But through all the devotees who had known him at different times and places and eras, we began to see more and more of his unlimited qualities that were shining forth, and a deeper appreciation for him grew in all of our hearts. And this is part of the Tirobhav also, that you can remember to take advantage of association while you have it. Because we can't assume that we're going to have another opportunity, that it'll always be like this. No, it won't. We get a few opportunities, at most sometimes. And why not try to appreciate the qualities of Vaishnavas while they're still here? Because inevitably after they leave, then we'll see the full scope, or it will be fleshed out more and more by hearing from others about the greatness of the devotee's service and so forth. And sitting in that assembly in Vrindavan, one devotee after another, and I would think, oh, did that person also serve with Gopal Krishna Maharaj? Very advanced senior devotees, and they were all very deeply touched. So one can emulate this, because he showed this, how to follow the simple path strictly. As Srila Bhaktivinoda Thakur said, he said, follow the simple path, but follow it strictly. And that was Gopal Krishna Maharaj's penchant for being very strict in following Prabhupada's straightforward, simple path of devotional service. So we haven't yet sung the song of separation, which is the proper thing to do on the Tirobhav of the Acharya. So we'll sing this song, Jai Anilo Premadana. Yeah, just after this. Do you want to speak? What would you prefer? Okay. Okay. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna,
I'm not tall like you. Okay, thank you. Thank you. Vanchakalpatu Prasya Kripasindu Vyevacha Patitanam Pavanavyo Vaishnavavyo Namo Namaha. I didn't have much or very little. I had very little association with His Holiness Gopal Krishna Maharaj. But the association I had with him was always him showing a fatherly demeanor with the devotees, whether it was or big brother, I should say. With his god brothers and god sisters, he was the big brother. With his disciples, he was his father, very fatherly. We were in Mayapur this year, and I was remembering Gopal Krishna Maharaj, because when we stayed there, we used to see him come take his walk from the temple area out towards the Goshal. And he had these rainbow sneakers. That showed he had some pizzazz, he had some personality there. And I missed it. I missed seeing him there. And he was so powerful. He was so strong and gentle at the same time. the GBC gets a lot of flack, but they've really held ISKCON together from the early days after Srila Prabhupada left, when there was a lot of, well, chaos, really. And that's what happens when the Acharya leaves. There can be a lot of not getting along and just a lot of confusion. And he was one of the strong personalities that held the movement together up until the end. And I always admired that about him. He was completely loyal to Srila Prabhupada and Srila Prabhupada's desires and mission and mood. And to have that example is something we all need and all cherish. And as all of our God brothers, Prabhupada disciples, we know that pain of losing your spiritual master and what that means. And it's very difficult in the beginning, I would say. You feel lost, you can feel confused, you can feel like, how can you go on? But if you just keep following the order and the instruction and the example of your Guru Maharaj, you will succeed. And you'll develop that internal relationship, which is what we all have to strive for. And when the spiritual master leaves, we have no choice but to develop that inner relationship. We're all fortunate in that we have each other. We have senior devotees who can help and guide us and understand what we've gone through. And so take advantage of that and just continue following his example. And when you do keep doing your service, and when you do keep being inspired by his example and his instructions, that relationship will naturally grow, that bond will naturally grow stronger, and you won't ever feel separated. Just as Srila Prabhupada said, he was never separated from his Guru Maharaj. And who better, to give us that example? We know that by taking that instruction, whatever that example was, to heart, that is the epitome of a first-class disciple. And that certainly is and was who Gopal Krishna Maharaj was. I feel honored to call him my godbrother. I feel honored to have had his example, and I keep it in my heart as something to strive for. And I pray that all of you feel his strength and your relationship grows stronger and stronger. And if I can be of any service in that way or in any way, please let me know. Hare Krishna.
Do the translation first. He who brought the treasure of divine love and who was filled with compassion and mercy, where is such a personality as Srinivas Acharya gone? Where are my Swarup Damodar and Rupa Goswami? Where is Sanatan? Where is Raghunath Das, the savior of the fallen? Where are my Raghunath Bhatta and Gopal Bhatta? And where is Krishnadas Kaviraj? Where did Lord Gauranga, the great dancer, suddenly go? I'll smash my head against the rock and enter into the fire. Where will I find Lord Gauranga, the reservoir of all wonderful qualities? Being unable to obtain the association of Lord Gauranga, accompanied by all these devotees in whose association he performed his pastimes, Narottam Das simply weeps. Indrayanilo Premadana Karuna Prachu few minutes. So I just thought if you have any reflections you'd like to share, anything you want to say, because sharing means caring.
I always remember when I see Maharaj, Maharaj will immediately said, I met Vaisesika Prabhu. So it kind of felt good to me that he connected me with Vaisesika Prabhu, that I felt that father has given a child to an uncle to adopt. So I always got the feeling that how much he cherished seeing me and he remembering Vaisesika Prabhu. So I always derived so much joy and pleasure that he felt that I was protected and sheltered. And all the moments that you two both had was always about the book distribution. And Vaisesika Prabhu is always asking, Maharaj, bless us so we can beat Delhi. Until the point that Maharaj said, okay, you can beat Delhi. And every time when he meets Vaisesika Prabhu, Maharaj will share things with me. And it gave me so much joy that I'm at the place that I shouldn't take it for granted. And how open he was, that he wanted me to get engaged in the service of Vaisesika Prabhu and Mother Nirakula. So, I miss his Vapu, but I feel his presence through you. I'm getting stomach cramps. When he met Nirakula Mataji, Mother Nirakula said that she had a very limited interaction with Maharaj. But I happened to be having a good fortune to go with Mother Nirakula to Maharaj's room in Vrindavan. And of course, Maharaj was going through so many things, but he did give us a time. And when Nirakula Mataji walked in, I mentioned, this is Mother Nirakula, wife of Vaisesika Prabhu. And you should have seen how his face lightens up. No matter how tired he was he was always glowing, but he just see this like a huge smile on his face, and his eyes were like so glowing, and he just wanted to so happily know her. And he immediately said to his servant, his disciple, and said, give a garland to her. I don't know if you recall that. And he just immediately garlanded her. And Maharaj had been indirectly a little bit worried about me because I've been not always the best child. But Maharaj, when he heard from Mother Nirakula that I'm not just marrying anyone, and I knew that he wouldn't believe me. So when Mother Nirakula mentioned about Radha Vallabh Prabhu, and when she told a little bit about him, that was the game changer. And Maharaj was so happy, and you should have seen his smile even got even more bigger. So I have such a good memory of Maharaj meeting Mother Nirakula, and I can't thank enough to both of you to be in the shelter. And as we're going through this transition of trying to survive or trying to connect through the Vani, but both of your example of following Srila Prabhupada, and I think Vaisesika Prabhu mentioned that for some time he felt like the ground moved from his feet, and he said a little bit later he just got back into the service. So on this auspicious divine Disappearance Day of my spiritual master, I beg both of your mercy in front of witnessing of all the devotees here, that please grant me that blessing. that I can serve my Guru Maharaj like how you have served Srila Prabhupada. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Bali Prabhu.
Hare Krishna. I would like to also thank ISB that we have, this is the 4th special events we did for His Holiness Gopal Krishna Maharaj. We did a memorial. We did a subsequent when Maharaj departed from this world. We did a program here. And also if you have not heard this message, when Vaisesika Prabhu was there in Vrindavan for the opening of the samadhi ceremony, he gave also a beautiful offering to Maharaj. And the keynote is just, we did one of the greatest GKG 5000 for this last year. You remember Bhadra Purnima. So that was also led by His Grace Vaisesika Prabhu on glorification of Gopal Krishna Maharaj. And also we are very thankful that we are able to celebrate this disappearance ceremony here at ISB and all the cooperations of the devotees which came from ISKCON Berkeley, ISKCON Sacramento, and many parts, as well as our local congregation at ISB for cooking, cleaning, and contributing, decorating, and many other services, which is led by Hansapriya and Ananda Vrindavan. And definitely, it's the first such an event we are doing. We are very doubtful whether to conduct such programs or not. I was talking to Janardhan Maharaj also. He recommended, yes, we can definitely, as long as devotees are coming on a special occasion like 70th birthday, 80th, or something special, it's a first disappearance, it makes sense. And one thing I wanted to say that when Maharaj visited, Nirukula Mataji said he has a very brief interaction with Maharaj, but it is not brief, it is a lot. So because Maharaj one time asked me also in driving in a car, who is Guru Ma? Because many people say we took blessings from, I said, Guru Ma is Vaisesika Prabhu's wife. Oh, okay. Then next time also then he knows, okay, how is Guru Ma? He will say very affectionately. So that's why Maharaj has a deep affection. And whenever I go, my first question Maharaj will ask, either met in Delhi or in Vrindavan, how is the book distribution going on? And then Maharaj also will ask the second question, which Prabhu mentioned about our competitors, how they are performing, so that whether we are able to cope up or transcend them. So in all the situations, Maharaj has given blessings, and he has given full his heart. One day he come for Berkeley, one night he come for ISP all the time, and give his Transcendental Association. We like to thank Maharaj for coming, and we like to thank also Vaisesika Prabhu and Nirukula Mataji for giving shelter to all the GKG disciples here to serve at ISB and serve in the Sankirtan movement, which is very dear to His Holiness Gopal Krishna Maharaj. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Thank you.
I just have one last memory, and then it's time for prasadam. And it was at the old temple when he came, and we had the most uncomfortable Vyasasana in the movement. We could have won an award for that. And Maharaj gave a long class on that, sitting on the Vyasasana. I don't know. Most people used a chair, but he wouldn't use the chair. I remember that. We tried to give him a chair. No chair. Vyasasana. So he sat on the Vyasasana, and then it was a long class, long enough on that Vyasasana. And he didn't say a word till he got off, and the crowd was moving, and he came up to me and he said, "Get something else. That really hurt." And I really appreciated how tolerant he was. He didn't make a fuss. He sat there. It was torturous, but he sat there for a whole hour and just held forth and spoke Krishna Katha. He didn't say anything till afterwards, and it was just one sentence. So part of the celebration on the departure of one's spiritual master and an acharya is to honor prasadam sumptuously. And here tonight, we're going to feed not just everyone here, But anyone who you know in any other state or country, call them, come on down here. I'd like to feed everyone in the Bay Area. Beautiful prasadam, which will be served in the picnic area just outside. And then there'll be room for devotees to sit in the classrooms and elsewhere. Okay. Sharirad vijaja jodendriya taheta Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namaha.